Are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone had a great day today. I definitely did, and I hope everyone who's watching this video is also having a great day as well. It is Friday. You know what that means. So, Friday Night Smackdown was tonight. Basically, the Super Smackdown show was tonight, and also AEW Rampage was tonight, and both shows were fairly good shows in my opinion. Like, both shows were fairly strong shows in their own right. Of course, SmackDown had a lot going for it. Of course, Brock Lesnar made his first appearance on SmackDown in a long time. It's been a while. I think the last time Brock Lesnar was on SmackDown was 2017, maybe. I really don't remember. So that's the first time that Lesnar made his appearance on SmackDown. We also got Edge versus Seth Rollins was fucking phenomenal. If you guys have not seen SmackDown tonight, I have not seen Edge versus Rollins 2, go out of your way to do so right now. Now, I'm going to talk about that matchup a little bit in detail, but holy shit. Like, without me spoiling anything, if you guys have not seen SmackDown, if you have not seen Edge versus Rollins 2 tonight, go out of your way to do so. So that SmackDown, obviously I'm going to go into detail about that. And also AEW Rampage was tonight. And again, AEW Rampage wasn't too crazy. Honestly, the only matchup that I was looking forward to was Andrade versus Pac, which was also beautiful matchup. They tore the house down. And of course, if you guys read the title of my video, I basically titled it 2 Match of the Year candidates, and of course, one from each show. Of course, SmackDown had Edge versus Rollins, and of course, Rampage had Andrade versus Pac. But I'm curious of what you guys think in the comment section. What do you think was the better match? Did you guys think Edge versus Seth Rollins was the better match, or do you guys think Andrade versus Pac was the better matchup? Now that is an interesting debate, but either way, honestly, personally, I cannot choose. Both matches absolutely deliver, and I love every second of it. Both matches were definitely matches of the night of their respective shows. Edge versus Rollins was definitely match of the night for Super Smackdown, and Andrade versus Pac was definitely the match of the night for Rampage. So yeah, I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about SmackDown. I'm ready to talk about Rampage. This is honestly the very first time, I'm reviewing a SmackDown show. This is the very first time in my channel where I'm reviewing a WWE television show. Usually I just review WWE pay-per-views and that's it. So this is going to be a very first time on my channel, and obviously I'm going to review AEW Rampage. So without further ado, let's get this review underway. So let's talk about Super Smackdown first, which obviously that was the show first. Overall, I thought Super Smackdown was a great show. In terms of WWE television shows, i.e. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, this was honestly the best SmackDown episode. Not just that, but the best WWE TV episode all year. Okay, obviously that's not saying much because Monday Night Raw is complete dumpster fire and NXT's hit or miss, even though recently NXT has been more miss than hit. But yeah, I thought this was a great show tonight. There were a couple of things that I did not like, particularly 2 things that I did not like on this show. But other than that, I thought this was a great show tonight. So let's go into detail what happened on this special edition of Friday Night SmackDown, which is being held in Madison Square Garden. So right off the bat, we start off the show with Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief. He comes out with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Paul Heyman. Basically, they're in the ring saying that they're the best faction. They're on top of the world. and that no one can stop us. All of a sudden, Brock Lesnar hit. Like Brock Lesnar's music hit. He comes out and he comes face to face with Roman Reigns. It's a beautiful sight to see. And then a revelation was revealed to all of us. And Brock Lesnar said to Paul Heyman, "Why didn't you tell Roman that I was going to be at SummerSlam?" So Heyman knew that Lesnar was coming to SummerSlam to take down Roman Reigns. That was phenomenal. And then once that revelation was revealed, Roman Reigns, I really love this part where Roman Reigns just snatches the Universal title away from Paul Heyman, and the bloodline just like leaves the ring, leaving Paul Heyman all by himself. And literally, Paul Heyman is shitting his pants. And the only thing he could do is like try to play with Brock Lesnar, because trying to play the fact that Paul Heyman is a manager of Brock Lesnar. And then Brock Lesnar was going to F5 Paul Heyman, but then Roman Reigns tried to go for a cheap shot, but obviously it failed. Roman Reigns retreated. The Usos tried to take down Brock Lesnar. Obviously, that was a fail as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions got destroyed. They got destroyed. Okay, and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman just leaves. And it was such a phenomenal segment. Paul Heyman looks like an absolute wreck. And yeah, like Edward, you said it yourself. Like Paul Heyman was literally a wreck the entire show. And oh my god, this was such an amazing segment. When it comes to WWE rivalries, Roman Reigns and Brock, like so far, they have been doing a great job with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I am really loving this storyline, and I really love what they're doing with Paul Heyman right now. I really love what they're doing with Paul Heyman. Like, really making you think, like, what side is Heyman really on? Is he really on the side of Roman? Is he really on the side of Lesnar? Like, what the hell is going on here? But yeah, I thought this was a phenomenal segment to start the show. Awesome, awesome stuff. After that, we get a pointless 10-man tag team match as we got Shinsuke Nakamura, my boy, the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rick Boogs, Mr. Money in the Bank, Big E Langston, and the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic Mysterio, going against Otis of Alpha Academy, Apollo Crews, the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode, and Sami Zayn. And okay, like I didn't really care about this matchup. I don't know why this matchup really need to happen. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I am hearing reports that WWE took out there was originally supposed to be a Liv Morgan and a mystery partner going against Carmella and Selena Vega. Apparently that matchup was going to happen tonight, but that got taken out. More than likely, it got taken out for this 10-man tag team match, which I don't know why. Like, this 10-man tag team matchup was pointless. Like, I'm not saying it was bad or anything but I just didn't care because it was just so damn pointless. Like, honestly, like, what was the point of that 10-man tag team match? And then we got somebody by the name of Trae Young, like a basketball player. Now, I'm not a big basketball guy, so I didn't know who Trae Young was. So I'm sorry, basketball fans, but I'm just not a big basketball guy, so I don't know who Trae Young was. But apparently, a lot of people in New York City hated his guts. So there was that. But the Faces pick up the victory when Big E Langston, I forgot who he did the big ending to, but Big E Langston got the victory for the Faces. And then after that, Big E Langston getting interviewed, and basically he's teasing, like, of course, cashing the Money in the Bank either against Roman Reigns or Bobby Lashley. But there was more of an emphasis of Big E Langston, like, possibly cashing his Money in the Bank contract against Bobby Lashley. So that is interesting. That is interesting. And if that's the case, I hope they do that. I really hope they do that. Okay, because I want this Roman Reigns title reign to continue for as long as they can. Okay, and as much as I love Big E, like I don't think Big E is the right guy to take the title off of Roman Reigns. At least not yet. At least not yet. But if WWE still wants to give Big E like a world championship, then cashing in on Bobby Lashley would be the right call. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But yeah, great promo as always. I'm so glad Big E's Mr. Money in the Bank. He 100% deserves it. He 100% deserves it. And either way, like whoever he cashes in, like I hope he ends up as world champion. I really hope he does. Because if anyone deserves to be world champion, it's Big E Langston. So there was that. After that, we got the other match. We got the other thing that I didn't exactly like. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad segment. But it was just so generic and boring. So we got this contract signing between Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, right? Bianca Belair comes out saying, like, Becky Lynch, like, is nothing but a coward. Like, face me. She signs the contract. Then all of a sudden, Becky Lynch comes out. And, like, Becky Lynch is wearing this red, like, coat. Like, what the fuck was she wearing? Like, she looks like a freaking Cruella DeVille wannabe. But, like, without the spots. But, oh, my God. Like, she looked ridiculous. That coat was overkill. That literal coat was overkill. I'm not going to lie. I fucking laughed a little bit when I saw Becky Lynch with that coat. That was just complete overkill. Like, oh, my God. Like, who did not laugh? Like, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Like, did you guys laugh at Becky Lynch's attire? Because, my gosh, she looked ridiculous tonight. Like, I wanted to take her seriously, and her promo was great. I thought her promo was great against Bianca Belair, but I couldn't take her seriously because of that freaking red coat. That red coat was so overkill. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It was so ridiculous. But yeah, like, it wasn't anything too crazy. Becky Lynch signed the contract, and we're basically getting the rematch at Extreme Rules. And basically, Becky Lynch is now a full-fledged heel now. And honestly, like, trust me, like, I don't really like the fact that Becky Lynch turned into a heel. Like, I'm not particularly a big fan. But considering what they did at SummerSlam, they had to do something to make it work. Like, I'm not like, what they did at SummerSlam is unforgivable. Like, what they did at SummerSlam is so fucking stupid. And I'm never going to take that away from WWE. That was dumb. That was dumb on their end. But I felt like the only way to fix it was to turn Becky heel. Okay, WWE, like, this is another example of WWE booking themselves in a corner. Okay, and making it, and now in order to save their ass, they need to make this agenda that Becky Lynch is now a heel. And like, people have, like, they're making this agenda where people have a problem with Becky, where in reality, people are more pissed with creative than Becky Lynch. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, even though I'm not particularly a fan, and another thing is, we already have a lot of heels. We already have a lot of heels in both Raw and SmackDown, especially SmackDown. Like, we got Sasha Banks as a heel. We got Carmella as a heel. We got Selena Vega as a heel. We got Bayley as a heel. Like, a good amount of ladies are heels are on SmackDown. Like, we got a lot of ladies that are heels. Okay, like, why not have a Becky Lynch? Like, why not have a baby face like Becky Lynch? Okay, it would give us a bit of fresh air because, like, we have been getting a lot, and I mean a lot of heels on SmackDown. So again, I'm not particularly a big fan of Becky Lynch being a heel, but again, this is an example of WWE's booking themselves in a corner, and they only have one option to do, and that's to turn Becky Lynch heel for what they did at SummerSlam, which was a horrible fucking decision. Okay, so yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. It was a generic segment. Nothing too crazy, just a normal contract signing. Honestly, the only difference is there wasn't no brawl or anything, but yeah, nothing too crazy. After that, we get an interview with Paul Heyman, and I'm not gonna lie, these interviews with Paul Heyman and Kayla Braxton is starting to become one of my favorite parts of the show. I like how Kayla Braxton just harasses Paul Heyman. She's like, "Oh, hi, Paul. How you doing? What's going on between you, Roman, and Lesnar? I want to know. I want to know." And Heyman is slowly going insane, like, "Leave me alone, Kayla. Leave me the fuck alone, man. I'm already dealing with a lot of stress." Like, I love that. I really, really do. Like, I'm really loving these interviews. Like, I love the chemistry between Paul Heyman and Kyla Braxton. And I already love their chemistry on Talking Smack. Obviously, they're partners on Talking Smack. I don't know if Talking Smack is still on Peacock. Maybe they discontinue it again, but I don't know what's going on with Talking Smack there. But I really, really love the chemistry between Paul Heyman and Kyla Braxton. Like, those segments are just mwah, mwah. So there is that. Now we need to talk about Edge versus Seth Rollins 2. Holy shit. Like, if we were just talking about Super Smackdown tonight, this was match of the night. And this is definitely a match of the year candidate. Like, oh my God, this was such a great matchup. Such a great matchup. The matchup was great, but the storytelling of this matchup took things to a whole other level. They took things to a whole other level, and I loved every second of it. Every single second of it, especially the ending. So Seth Rollins picks up the victory. Okay, so here's what happens in the end, right? Seth Rollins did a low blow. Obviously, the referee was distracted. Seth Rollins did a low blow to Edge. And then Edge just kept super kicking him. And before he did a third super kick, Seth Rollins literally screamed, "Why won't you die?" And Seth literally kicks the shit out of Edge. He's knocked out. And Seth Rollins, after years of not doing it, Seth Rollins finally got the curse stomp on Edge. And oh my God, the reaction when he hit the curb stomp on Edge was phenomenal. Like, this was storytelling in its finest. This was storytelling in its finest. Oh my God. Like, this was just as great as the SummerSlam match. Some people are even saying that the matchup tonight was way better than the one at SummerSlam. And honestly, it's kind of hard to argue with that. Like, oh my God, man. And I'm really loving this. Like, I'm not going to lie. Out of all my years of liking Seth Rollins in WWE, this may be my favorite version of Seth Rollins. This version of Seth Rollins reminds me of the Joker. Like, he likes to have fun. He likes to be cool. But when you make Seth Rollins snap, he's going to fucking kill you. Okay? He has that killer intent. Okay? I didn't talk about SmackDown last week, but Seth Rollins did a creepy-ass promo. I shit you not. I was actually kind of disturbed a little bit on Seth Rollins' promo. That's how good Seth Rollins' promo was. Like, oh my God. This may be the best work I have seen Seth Rollins do in his entire WWE career. I am loving I love crazy Seth Rollins. I freaking love crazy Seth Rollins. Like, forget Architect Seth Rollins or forget the Messiah Seth Rollins. This crazy version of Seth, holy shit. That is incredible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe next year they turn Seth Rollins into the freaking Joker with the face paint and everything. And I think Seth Rollins would be phenomenal doing that. You kidding? Like, bro, Seth Rollins is just on another level. And oh my God, just the story. Like, guys, if you guys have not seen Smackdown tonight, okay, and if you guys have not seen Edge versus Seth Rollins, go out of your way to do so. Go, like, if you love professional wrestling, right? If you love professional wrestling done right, if you guys love both in-ring chemistry and masterful storytelling, go watch this matchup. Bro, like, you won't be disappointed. This, Edge versus Seth Rollins, mwah, mwah, mwah. You know that freaking meme where we got, I believe it was from X-Men First Class where Magneto said perfection. You know that GIF, that meme where Magneto says perfection. Well, Edge versus Seth Rollins tonight was fucking perfection. Awesome, awesome stuff. Okay. And I saw on Twitter, matter of fact, I saw a tweet by Just Alex that, like, both matches were phenomenal between SummerSlam and of course this matchup tonight. But Just Alex proposed, like, hold on, let me put up the tweet. Because just like Alex, like, by the way, go subscribe to Just Alex. He's another wrestling YouTuber. He is very phenomenal. He is awesome. He is definitely one of my favorite YouTubers. And I do, like, if you guys love professional wrestling content, especially on YouTube, go watch Just Alex. He makes very great stuff. But here's what Just Alex had to say. Let me put up the Twitter post of what he said. Let me pull it up. Just Alex. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? I hope he didn't delete it. Bro, did he? Oh, there it is. Okay. So Just Alex said, if it was ever an appropriate time, Edge versus Seth Rollins 3, one more time, ... Hell in a Cell. Edge versus Seth Rollins one more time inside Hell in a Cell. Shut up and take my fucking money. Take it all. Take it. Okay, bro. Like, that is such an amazing idea. Such an amazing idea. This is why Just Alex is, like, one of the best. Okay? Like, bro. Like, how could I not think of this? Like, bro. Edge versus Seth Rollins 3 inside Hell in a Cell. Like, that is such a great idea, and it makes sense. Like, for the last couple of years, we've been seeing a lot of Hell in a Cell matches that are just pointless. Like, there's, like, these, like, we've been getting matches that have no reason to be inside Hell in a Cell. But just like Just Alex said, if there was ever an appropriate time, Edge versus Seth Rollins 3, one more time, Hell in a Cell. That is such an incredible idea. Like, I want to know what you guys think. Like, first of all, are you guys down with one more Edge versus Seth Rollins match? I'm definitely down for it. I am definitely down for one more matchup between both of these guys. Like, the chemistry between these two is phenomenal. But considering how personal now this match, like, this rivalry really is, like it only makes sense to have the finale inside Hell in a Cell. Of course, the Hell in a Cell is a of course a match gimmick to end rivalries. And of course, this rivalry between Edge and Seth Rollins needs to end. So what a proper way to end it, but to end it inside Hell in a Cell. Like, bro, like that is exciting. That is exciting. Like Edge, like if I were to like, even though I've been giving a lot of shit to WWE, and rightfully so. Like I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the few things that they're doing right. This entire Edge versus Seth Rollins rivalry has been phenomenal. A great. But I should think more of Edge than WWE because Edge, of course, is in charge of his storylines. So of course, like this is going to be a phenomenal rivalry. I would argue that Edge versus Seth Rollins is the best rivalry in WWE right now. Honestly, the only contender you have is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, but that's just started. But Edge versus Seth Rollins has been going on for a long period of time. And like, yeah, like I don't care what anyone says. Edge versus Seth Rollins is the best rivalry right now in WWE. It's actually one of the few things that still gets me excited for WWE. And I just think it's kind of funny that one of the best things right now that is going on in WWE like involves a legend, like it doesn't involve two new hungry talent, you know what I mean? But like that's just a small jab, just a small tiny criticism, but yeah, like Edge versus Seth Rollins, definitely the best rivalry in WWE right now, and actually is one of the few reasons why I keep watching WWE in general. Okay, because it's just the rivalry is just phenomenal. Again, if you guys have not seen Edge versus Seth Rollins tonight, go out of your way to do so. Such an incredible match. So there is that. After that, we get a small segment where Roman Reigns is hyping up the Usos. As coming up next, the Usos defended the Smackdown Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits. And some of you might be wondering, how the hell did the Street Profits ended up getting an opportunity at the SmackDown Tag Team Championships? Well, I don't know. And they don't deserve to fight for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And a matter of fact, the Street Profits has been losing for the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, it's surprising that they're earning a title shot. Like, that's another reason. That is another big criticism I have with just WWE in general, where WWE just give people opportunities. Like, it doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your win-loss record look like. Like they just, WWE just gives, like, championship opportunities to anyone for no fucking reason. And I don't know why. It is so dumb. I hate it when Monday Night Raw does it. I hate when SmackDown does it. Okay, it doesn't matter how good SmackDown is. Like, I just hated the fact that the Street Profits got an opportunity at the SmackDown Tag Team titles, like, for no reason. Like, WWE just, like, handed it to them. It's ridiculous. But other than that, I thought this was a great match between the Usos and the Street Profits. Like, again, like, definitely two teams with a great chemistry. Like, both teams did absolutely a great job. But it ended up being a false finish, though, when Roman Reigns choked out Montez Ford as the Street Profits were close to winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And then Roman Reigns and the Usos celebrated, but then, bum, 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 bum. Oh. Finn Balor is back, but as the Demon King. The Demon King is back. Like, this is like shit. Like, we haven't seen the Demon King since WrestleMania 35, which was like 3 to 4 years ago. Maybe. Like, I think 3 to 4 years ago. But yeah, it's been a little bit since we see the Demon King. Honestly, I'm glad the Demon King is back. Welcome back, Finn Balor. The Demon King looks amazing as always. And a matter of fact, I think Finn Balor looks badass. Like, he has the demon gear. Like, he has the Demon King face paint, but he still has the beard. Like, he still has the beard, which I thought was pretty dope. I thought was really, really cool. Like, the Demon King with the beard, I thought was dope. And I really like the stare down at the end between Finn Balor and Roman Reigns to end the show. Now, that was Super Smackdown tonight. And overall, I thought this was a great show tonight. Great show tonight. Obviously, other than the 10-man tag team match and the contract signing between Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, this was other than those two things. Overall, I thought this was a great show tonight. Great show tonight. So yeah, and if we were to compare all the WWE TV shows between Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, this may be the best SmackDown show and the best WWE television show, or television episode all year, in my opinion. So there was that. So that was Super SmackDown. Let's quickly talk about AEW Rampage. And we start off the show with the highly anticipated matchup between Andrade El Idolo and Pac. And oh my God, this was a perfection. Okay, this was a great match between Pac and Andrade El Idolo. This was such a great match and another match of the year candidate. If they would have done this at All Out and had a couple more minutes, that would have been just as amazing. Like, they would have tore the house down at All Out. But it's better late than never. I'm so glad we were able to get the matchup. In the final few minutes of the matchup, Andrade's manager or Andrade's assistant was distracting the referee with a freaking taser. And then while the referee was distracted, Chavo Guerrero hit Pac with the laptop, knocking him out, and Andrade picks up the victory. Of course, after that, Andrade celebrated, and then all of a sudden, Andrade attacked Chavo Guerrero, taking him out. And of course, Pac and the Lucha Bros also took out Chavo Guerrero as well. Now, I was kind of confused when I watched this right off the bat, when I watched that initially, but this could be the reason why they're doing this is for Ric Flair, which is Andrade's father-in-law right now, currently, for Ric Flair to be Andrade's new manager. I think that's why AEW did this, and of course Andrade taking out Chavo Guerrero. So I thought that was very, very interesting. Like, it's the only thing that made sense. But yeah, if they were not setting up a partnership between Andrade and Ric Flair, then I would be extremely confused on why they separated Chavo Guerrero and Andrade. But again, the only thing that makes sense and the only reason why they did this is to do Andrade El Idolo, a partnership between Andrade El Idolo and Ric Flair. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But other than that, and if you guys have not seen Rampage, this is the matchup you should go out of your way to watch. Amazing stuff. After that, we get a quick interview with Darby Allin and Sting. Tully Blanchard interrupts, and while Tully Blanchard is distracting Sting, Shawn Spears attacked Darby Allin. Obviously, this is all Tully Blanchard's and Shawn Spears' plan, and of course, this is for advertising their matchup next week on Dynamite when Darby Allin will face Shawn Spears one-on-one. So that happened. Nothing too crazy there. After that, we get promos with both Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. Amazing promos. Obviously, Adam Cole talking trash to both Christian Cage and Bryan Danielson. Maybe a Christian Cage versus Adam Cole mini rivalry, maybe. That would be awesome. And especially Adam Cole versus Bryan Danielson. Hell freaking yeah. Hell freaking yeah. Like I was so down to watch an Adam Cole versus Bryan Danielson matchup, in my opinion. Like, ooh, that sounds like $1 million. That sounds like a freaking gold mine. But yeah, Adam Cole's just talking trash. And Bryan Danielson in his promo basically just calling out Kenny Omega. And bro, it's happening, guys. After years and years, we're finally about to get this dream match between Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. And Bryan Danielson said that if he doesn't get a shot at Kenny Omega right away, that's fine. And he said that he also wants to fight other people in the locker room as well. Either way, he is ready to go. So yeah, definitely excited for what AEW has planned for Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. So definitely awesome. After that, we get a fun 6-man tag team match as Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Reba went against Ruby Soho, Destination One now. Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho, Chris Statlander, and Riho. And it was a good, fun 6-woman tag team match. Nothing too crazy. Ruby Soho, Chris Statlander, and Riho defeated Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel. And Ruby Soho hit the detonation kick right on Rebel. So Ruby Soho picks up the victory for her team. After that, we got Brian Pillman Jr. going against Max Caster, making his AEW Rampage debut. And I'm just glad Max Caster is back. I really miss his edgy promos. And his edgy promo was great tonight. Great tonight. And I'm just glad he's back. Hopefully Max Caster can chill on the rape jokes and the rape references, because again, that's just not cool. Not cool at all. And if you really want to know my thoughts on the Max Caster situation, I did a video on that on my channel. So there's that. But yeah, I'm just glad Max Caster is back. I'm really glad he's back. And it was just a normal matchup to end the show. Honestly, I think Andrade El Idolo and Pac should have ended the show, in my opinion. But yeah, it was a fun, harmless main event. Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Max Caster. The Acclaimed attacked Brian Pillman Jr., but Jon Moxley, of all people, came for the save, attacked the Acclaimed, and of course, Moxley and Brian Pillman Jr. celebrate with the Cincinnati crowd to end the show. So not exactly the strongest show. Honestly, the only things that were must-see was Andrade El Idolo and Pac match and the promos between Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. But other than that, just another small episode of Rampage. Nothing too crazy. If I which one do I think was the strongest show tonight between Super Smackdown and Rampage? Super Smackdown was definitely the stronger show tonight, in my opinion. I thought it was a stronger show. Freaking Super Smackdown was booked as a pay-per-view for the most part. A Brock Lesnar appearance, Edge versus Rollins. Come on. It was a pretty big show for SmackDown tonight. But overall, I thought both shows were really, really good. Nothing too crazy. But again, if there is any matches to go back and watch between both Super Smackdown and Rampage, it's definitely Edge versus Seth Rollins and Andrade El Idolo versus Pac. Go out of your way to watch those two matchups. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Thank you so much for watching. Much appreciated. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the wrestling content that I make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, this is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the Asylum. Have a nice night, everyone.